Hello everyone, this is Kenneth Wong, Senior Editor for DE 24/7, reporting from 3D Experience World in Houston, Texas. During the keynote, we heard a lot of talks about the new AI-powered automation tools in SolidWorks, like the virtual assistant Aura, set to debut publicly in June. Here is Suchit Jain, VP of Strategy and Business Development, Dassault Systemes SolidWorks, talking about how it'll be delivered to you and what its impact might be.
You've heard a lot about virtual companions, which we're going to be putting in place. Also the virtual twins, which we have talked about. See, in product development, these things would be very relevant, and of course, part of it is, product development goes of course beyond just the CAD design. So we're going to be using these technologies in the CAD design at the conceptual phase. For example, going from just shapes and pictures to 3D. Then in the automation of that 3D design process. So whether it's in terms of assemblies and how people are putting things together, in generative drawings. So that's the design automation part. But we don't stop there. We take it all the way to process. So whether it's in simulation, as we talked earlier a little bit about using the ability for analysts to set up analysis for designers using AI in place, machine learning in place. We have a lot of those things coming in, which will probably revolutionize the way or make really things much faster.
The introduction of AI into design and simulation software has an impact on both the human's role and also the hardware choices. Here is Himanshu from NVIDIA.
Yeah, so as we heard in the keynote today, there were some capabilities, functionalities that Dassault Systems is adding as part of SolidWorks, as part of the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. The way most engineers are going to be using these are through applications like SolidWorks or other tools that they use. And as these AI technologies are maturing, we are going to a hybrid model, right? A lot of these large AI models need a lot of computing capabilities or data processing. So that is what is done on the cloud typically. But when it comes to the end users, how designers, engineers are going to use it, it's going to be on their local workstations with NVIDIA GPUs. They will be using them in tools like SolidWorks, 3DEXPERIENCE platform, generative design capabilities, virtual assistants, industrial co-pilots, and such. One of the examples I can show you is in the keynote today we talked about an industrial warehouse type of a setting which needs to be populated with all the common objects that are in a warehouse, right? So here we have an example of a tool called USD Search, which is available on build.nvidia.com. So what this enables you to do is you can search the database by entering some text, search for common warehouse items like shelves or cabinets or material placement and such. Or you can also do image-based search, and this comes with a library of a lot of different items, standard, but you can also upload and add your own components, and then using either text or image search you can find out what is already in the library that you can use, or use some AI based design capabilities to create that geometry really quickly, and that is something that you can use then to populate your industrial warehouse or a factory floor type of a scene. Let's say a mechanical designer or an engineer is tasked with creating an assembly line or modeling an assembly line. A lot of the parts, components that go in an assembly line are standard components. You don't need to model those standard components. With something like this, you can use your voice commands, or you can use image to upload to the library, and then just get those standard components to be able to build that assembly line. So it will make their jobs a lot easier. It would be a lot more efficient for them to do the modeling.
In rendering tools like SolidWorks Visualize, expect to be able to use natural language to generate scenes and backgrounds you need.
So we're looking at a setup here where we're running SolidWorks Visualize. We have a 3D scene involved here that we're able to get a nice rendering going right off of our GPU. In this configuration here, we are running a 5860 with an ADA, our NVIDIA RTX 6000 ADA GPU, and this gives us 48 gigs of memory on our GPU that allows us to get some nice renderings happening here within SolidWorks Visualize. But the beauty part about this is that we are generating backgrounds using NVIDIA Edify. So we're actually putting in some text prompts here. We're generating some beautiful environments that we're bringing in, and we're using this to light the scene as well as provide that environment and that background. So I've been playing around here and generating a bunch of different environments in here, and you can see that we're able to adjust that to whatever kind of scenario that we want to be in. This is something that we can do very quickly here just by using a text prompt to be descriptive for what we want the environment to be. We can generate a preview, and then we can bring either an 8K HDRI image, Pano 360 degree HDR image, or a 16K image down. And anyone can go and try this right now. It's available on our website at build.nvidia.com, and we use our cloud-based solution for Edify to generate that imagery.
In the past, when we talk about visualization, we're talking about photorealistic rendering. But in the future, and in fact, even today, we're really talking about AR, VR, augmented reality, and virtual reality becoming the norm in visualizing digital twins.
So this is our top-of-the-line model headset here with autofocusing cameras for virtual and mixed reality capabilities. What we're displaying today at the 3DEXPERIENCE World Conference is our headset working with a Lenovo computer, as well as a 3DEXPERIENCE Dassault Systemes CATIA software here. We're showing a Cadillac vehicle, and the reason we're displaying that today is to show you how you can make your models and visualize them within VR and have a more immersive experience for the ability to, it's one thing to see a 2D model, it's one thing to be firsthand in a 3D model and use your hands and be able to see how everything is with the depth occlusion and everything feels in a real life scale. And so our headset with the highest visual fidelity on the market gives you the best opportunity to do that. There are many things that we have done recently, with this headset being a TAA compliant headset, so you can use this even in military secure environments, as it's manufactured in Finland itself. That's where our company is based. As well as this is our focal edition, so it's the highest model that we sell. And the main beneficiary there is it has a autofocusing camera that in mixed reality offers up to 51 pixels per degree, which is industry leading. And it tracks your eyes, and so wherever you're looking, you can look at text at this angle and it'll read the text, it'll focus on that, and you can look at text several feet away and it'll change the focus of the cameras to that, which allows you to view things at different distances, tracking your eyes, instead of the average headset on the market just has one distance of focus, versus ours has an adjusted distance based on where your eyes are gazing.
To build digital twins, you also need to be able to scan and bring in the digital counterpart of real-world objects. Here is how you might do that using a 3D scanner.
With our technology, you can scan basically any parts, any environment, and bring the data into 3D world. In particular, we use our Artec scanners, our Artec Studio software. We have features for convenient 3D scanning, processing, as well as some CAD features that allow you to work on scanned data and then later bring it to SolidWorks. Here we can see our newest scanner, the Spider 2, blue light, structured light 3D scanner, Spider 2. It has 50 microns accuracy and 50 microns resolution. So what it does is it just scans objects. You take it in hand, you press a button, you move around, You cover an object with the light, and the cameras capture the patterns, structured light patterns back, and create a 3D polygonal mesh, which later on in Artex Studio you process using CAD features. You create a solid model, and then you can import into SolidWorks and do further design and modifications to the file.
We also met with NISO Print, introducing its new printer to the American market. Here is Juan, President of the Americas from NISO Print.
We are delighted to be here exhibiting 3D Experience here in Houston, part of the Dassault event. What we're showcasing at this event is our new Composer Nova. It is actually the industry only CNC of 3D printing. What we mean by that is we think that we want to enable stronger parts that is lighter and more affordable to the US market and to the world. And in this case, we believe that for 3D printing to grow and to be more into the production applications, it has to learn from CNC and have multiple interchangeable tool heads. So the Composer Nova have 2 single extruder, 2 co-extrusion extruder. What I mean by co-extrusion, which is unique to an isoprint because we hold the patents, is you can actually blend 2 filament into 1 extruder head and blend those 2 to create your own bi-matrix composite output. And that is great for research, for aerospace, for drones, for UAV, anything that is airborne. It is a great vertical for us. In this case, for one part, one print, you can have multiple material. You can have reinforcement of a stronger backbone, continuous carbon fiber inside. You can switch to other material for grabbing. In this case, this is a robot gripper, and it's the robot usually have 4 of these. Each one is made out of metal, and it's about 8 kilo. We were able to do it less than a kilo, 800 gram, and we print that in 40 hours. And this is stronger and much lighter than the original, but also it has a much more forgiving gripper, and it will last longer. So this was a great application. So we do very well for tooling, jigs, fixtures, jaws, scrappers, but this is just the beginning. Sits on your desktop, in your office, all enclosed. All the filament is in the bottom, temperature control, easy to use. If you know how to use FFF, you know how to use a Composer Nova. Thank you.
At the show, HP was showcasing its HP ZBook Ultra with an AMD Ryzen AI Max Pro series processor. Machines with AMD CPUs are generally known as a good alternative to the Intel-powered ones for budget-conscious buyers. It has integrated graphics, so no dedicated GPU is necessary to do your CAD modeling and rendering simultaneously if you choose to. It has 128 gigabytes of unified memory and is certified to run SolidWorks and other mainstream CAD programs. That's it for now. Until next time, I'm Kenneth Wong reporting from Houston for DE 24/7. See you later.